Hello, ladies in Winston Duke. Did you know that every single episode of The Read is on Spotify right now? Well, it is. The same app that has millions of songs now also has thousands of podcasts. On Spotify, you can listen to all of your favorite shows with your favorite talkative people, and you can even listen to us if you want to really have a black good time. All you got to do to subscribe to our show is search for The Read, tap follow, and get every new episode delivered straight to you. Podcasts on Spotify. They're streaming now and now. And now and then.
This week's episode of The Read is also brought to you by Talkspace, the online therapy company that lets you message a licensed therapist from anywhere and at any time with no commute, no leaving the office, and, of course, no judgments. With Talkspace, therapy is as easy as sending your therapist a message, and you can match with your perfect therapist today for a fraction of the price of traditional therapy. Just go to Talkspace.com/read for a special offer on Talkspace today. It's therapy for how we live right now. Now let's get to the show.
Hey guys, welcome to The Read Live. I lost my fucking train of thought because you brought me white fucking Hennessy.
I know. I'm blown away. I appreciate everybody who make a run to the liquor store for us, but an international liquor store run, this is it means that much more.
This is duty free.
Thank you so much, girl.
I go by the name of Magnolia Shorty. I got a newborn. Hey, Kiki, I do you love me? I do you.
Wow, bitch. And I am Sissy Nobby.
Nobi.
This nigga is really fixing a drink.
You have one. Why are you hating?
Bitch, that's my cup. It say Crystal. It don't even matter. Nah, just drink out of it. It's fine.
That's how friendship works. Well, guys,
share things.
Thanks so much for coming. Very excited to be here for Essence Fest.
It says drunk cup on the back. Just so there's no confusion.
Here, there's some Hennessy in that one already. Yes. Or that. I didn't know which way you were going to walk. This is if your friends don't just bring you frozen
I'm not
beverages.
mixing Henny and
I'm doing what I want.
Makers. So what do you want? No, I'm good. Thank you. All right.
That's my cup.
I know, nigga. I'm putting the liquor in your cup.
Oh, thank you so much.
He still is not.
These are nice bags.
Do you want your bags back? Because you could take your to a baby shower. That's an expensive ass. Yes, you better have a nigga who just pay and don't ask no questions.
I am fully taking this bag home. Because if not me, I have several aunties that will use this bag as a purse.
Not only am I taking it home, the very next 2-year-old's birthday party I get invited to, that shit is getting used on. Oh, amen.
Amen, indeed.
Y'all are such a blessing.
Well, let's not waste too much of your time. We have responsibilities and a show to do that you paid for. So.
Yep, you did.
That's tasty.
Hey, Robin, I hear you, girl. I don't see your ass. You blending in good in this darkness, but I hear you, girl.
Crystal's giving cleavage. She's giving you some cleavage.
You know, I had to give him a little titty. Just a little titty. It's New Orleans. It's too hot down here to be modest. It's too hot and humid down here to give a fuck. You just got to put on whatever feels good.
We have 8 drinks up here. All right.
We are going to have a great time.
So, first of all, Black excellence. Besides the city of New Orleans.
Amen.
Where, as I've heard many times, all of people's favorite things about this city is because of Black people. And
it's true.
I just have to agree. So, besides that, I wanted to give a powerful Black shout out to a woman by the name of Patricia Okumu.
Yes.
44-year-old woman who resides in Staten Island, New York. God bless her. Only thing I know about Staten Island is Drita DeVanzo and the rest of Mob Wives.
I know that Staten Island is the only borough that voted for, I think, Trump in the election.
That makes sense.
So any black person or non-white person living out there deserves our full support and respect. Like, why live in Trump country if you don't have to?
Well, Patricia, who is a native of the Republic of Congo, lives in New York, as we said before. And what she decided to do as a protest to Trump's immigration hateration was to scale the Statue of Liberty.
Yes.
And make a statement with shirts that say things like "Trump care makes us sick." She's a part of a member or a part of a group called Rise and Resist, and has been for months.
Amen.
And the thing I love about this New York Daily News article is they also have like documentation of all kinds of racial discrimination, things she's been a part of in like the past 15 plus years. Like, Patricia hasn't given a fuck ever in her life.
Amen.
If you think that she started now, you're wrong. Check her record. She's never let a hating bitch try her.
Yes.
I love that she is photographed sitting atop of the, up on like the base, right on Lady Liberty's, like the hem of her garment. She's sitting right about there, and these white people are desperately trying to go, get her to come down. But her like posture, Mama was literally like in the picture I saw. It was like,
what would you like to do?
I didn't have to hear anything or be there. That photo made it clear that at some point she said, nobody is going to move me. Like, I do what the fuck I want.
Yes. The fact that she got that far up there without anybody noticing is the real miracle, right? So shout out to that sister. I know a lot of people have been very ignorant about that, talking about black people shouldn't take up other people's causes. But first of all, like, I think we all know that ain't nobody free till everybody is free. And secondly, if you think being a legal resident or citizen of the United States is going to stop these crackers from coming after your black ass, you are dead ass wrong. So you niggas need to let that go right now. Because guess who's next, bitch? Hint, it's us. They not even like being secretive about it. So you can let all that other hatred and shit go. We all need to come together against these motherfuckers.
And as we've said before, like when you are looking at these photos of these kids that are in like cages and sleeping under tinfoil,
it's too much.
Like you should be mad, period.
Right.
You should just be ready to climb on top of whatever and holler at some fucking maggots. So
right.
I don't understand why anybody. And then when she had the press conference, because of course white people are charging her with like disorderly conduct and hating on whites or whatever. When she in her press conference said, Michelle Obama, our beloved first lady.
She did that just for me.
That was so powerful just then. She said, she quoted when Michelle says, when they go low, we go high. And Mama said, well, I went as high as I could.
Amen.
That's the type of blackety black shit I like to focus.
Amen. Yes. I know when Melania read that, or when somebody read that to Melania, she was pissed. Oh, I know she was angry. But bitch, you already stole from Michelle for that speech. We ain't forgot.
Right.
So fuck you, bitch. I don't acknowledge nobody a part of this administration.
Really
fuck all of y'all.
Went in front of the world.
Nigga.
And plagiarized.
And then flew down to visit children who had been separated from their parents in a jacket that said, I don't really care, do you? So and normally, see, I know they did it on purpose because normally we don't get pictures of Melania when she boards whatever her fucking aircraft is and does things. They did that on purpose.
Exactly.
They put her in, what is that, Zara, H&M? It's some regular bitch brand that she don't never wear regular people clothes. They put her in that regular ass jacket. That bitch, I'm mad because I would have got that from Zara had your hating ass not worn it in the wrong fucking context. I would normally love a jacket like that. But you have sullied the jacket with your evil racist bullshit. They did that shit on purpose.
They did.
Just to make sure we knew Melania ain't really give a fuck about them kids.
So when, like, white liberals and people be, like, trying to fake feel sorry for Melania because she's married to the worst, like, turd on earth, I'm like, oh, you can keep it because she's
That's
trash.
none of my business.
I just want
right.
for everybody to, like, they all
she's trash as well.
So, tonight in Hot Tops, Bottoms, and the Chocolate Factory, have I used that?
You have, but the Chocolate Factory reference will never be old. It's just so gross.
Of mice and bottoms, of bottoms and men.
Of bottoms and men. Yo, write that down. That's a memoir title.
I don't think we talked about this yet. Drake has acknowledged Adonis as his child.
Well, I just want to reiterate, a lot of y'all have acted like we called this. No, y'all don't understand how many people had to know about this child for us to know. Like, it was not a secret if it got to me. I just need y'all to understand that.
Very Googleable.
Right. Everybody knew about that shit. She had already posted them baby shower pictures. So it was just a matter of time until Drake really acknowledged it.
His baby mama would be like, Kiki. That bitch is lit. I'm so, like, shout out to you, bitch.
She got her baby over in France where I think the paparazzi laws are totally different.
Mm-hmm.
And she is. And she is hiding the fuck out with her baby. And I cannot say I blame her.
And her riches.
Really? Yes. And whatever she is getting every month through the state of Canada? No, that's not what it's called. Whatever their child support division is.
The Canadian Republic of Youth and
There you go.
Adolescence.
Yes. That's right.
I made that up. That's not a thing.
It might be. Who knows?
Well, you know, on this new album, Scorpion, that Drake just released, which, sidebar,
okay,
too long.
It's too long. And honestly, I'm bored.
I'm so bored.
I was really bored. Most of the rap tracks, you know, had a few lines where I was like, okay, future Instagram caption.
Yes.
But then we got to the R&B side and I was like, sis, I'm asleep. I am exhausted. And nothing offends me more than Ratchet Happy Birthday. Because, bitch, off the title alone, I should have got the stankest, nastiest birthday song that every black girl in the world is going to play on her birthday.
That's what we all expected.
Yes, it should have been like in the club for 2018, but it was not. What the fuck is this emotional bullshit? This don't have nothing to do. He fooled me. When Nice for What came out, I said, this nigga gonna be from New Orleans now, Lord. He about to be from New Orleans.
I'll take it.
And he about to give us an album full of, you know, his half bounce. I already know y'all done remixed it and made it real. But he was about to give us, you know, that's what I thought we was going to get on at least the rap side of this album. But even most of it, I was just like, this.
I definitely
he could have kept it.
Made a playlist that I call Seaside, and it's just me. It's like the album again, edited. It's half as long because it's not that I don't like it. It's just too much of it. I know that Drake has a lot of feelings, you know, but it's like
a lot.
Let's just edit that down into something that we can all digest. I don't need to be here for a week trying to listen to you resurrect Aaliyah. Like, it's just too much.
It took me like 3 days to get through that B-side. I could not do it.
But I mean, as far as the production goes, I love that song. Like, I don't even care about whatever he's rapping about, but that Emotionless song with the Mariah Carey sample, I just want that song over the beat. Like, I want Drake to just get off of that song.
Yes.
And let me hear Mariah singing over that same beat.
The song I thought I would hate the most called In My Feelings. Just based off the title. I was wrong because, of course, people. Hashtag free JT. Y'all know how he feels.
I don't give a fuck what she was part of the fraud. Who she stole. I don't care who she scammed. The scammer's in here right now.
These niggas is scamming the White House right now. Don't talk to me about nothing JT did.
How you are... doing your version of bounce. Let's call it vibrate or like.
Okay, yeah. It's a mid vibration, something to keep your baby asleep.
With City Girls and Magnolia, and Lil. As far as whoever, Drake's production is usually decent, but this is just it blew me out of the water. But I just didn't need to be there all night. Anyway.
Right. So
At one point on the song, he's on the Emotionless record. He says, "I wasn't hiding my kid from the world. I was hiding the world from my kids."
Love that line.
From
so
empty
much.
souls who just wake up and look to debate until you staring at your seed you can never relate. I've never liked the word seed in terms of children. It grosses me out.
Yeah, it's a little nasty because it just makes me think of ejaculation.
Yeah.
So you just look at your baby as a little pile of ejaculate? I don't look at your baby like that.
So I feel like, we kind of felt, we talked about this. If I were Drake, I would feel, nigga, if I worked at fucking Popeyes, I would still do what Drake is doing right now because I don't need for any of y'all to say nothing about my baby so I can look up your IP address and get your longitude and latitude and come and punch you in your goddamn neck.
It's true, yeah.
So
I would do the same thing, but I also feel like based off the lyrics I heard across this record, Drake is not an active father either. And that's where I have a problem. You can hide your kid all you want to as long as you being a daddy to that nigga. But you talking about you only met his mama twice and you only seen him once and all this other shit. I'm just like, okay, well, no. That little nigga been around too long for you to talk about you done only seen him once. I done seen you on Instagram flying to see Odell Beckham Jr. at least twice. You trying to tell me Drake of all people can't catch a flight to France to see his baby? I don't want to hear it. You've been on top for too long. You got way too much money for anything to be an excuse. So I'm all for hiding your baby from the internet. I'm all for that. But you need to be a daddy in real life. And it seems like that's where he's falling, and that's where I can't rock with him.
Don't be like, but weird. Daddy want to. You know, Simi is a big star now. You know, some of the people that love is Simi, Daddy.
Why is Adonis Jamaican?
Because why would he not be? So women in hip hop are getting along swimmingly.
Oh, great. Everything's great.
Female rappers are just showering each other with love and support.
Yep, it's true.
So we talked about Lady Onika on the last song.
We did.
Episode.
We did. We talked about Onika.
Just deteriorating in front of our very eyes. But I went and watched the video of her opening those Chanel gifts or whatever and losing her fucking mind.
You didn't see it?
No, I watched it after the episode.
Wasn't it a mess? I told you she was literally squealing.
You know, the thing was I felt like, okay, if I were someone on Basketball Wives, then maybe I would be that excited. But it's like, bitch, can't you just go down and buy a Chanel bag at any time?
Right.
Why are you so hype over things you can afford?
Chanel bags are like Target bags to her.
Right.
She can go get those like it's nothing. So it was just like, what are you doing? All this extra Who is this performance for, Nikki? That's what I don't understand. I really do want the best for her, despite what it may seem like most of the time.
That's because Barb's, they
will twist your words. I do want the best for Nikki, but I feel like Nikki is in a place where she is losing it because there are all these very talented girls coming up. Cardi done knocked at the throne a couple of times, and she's getting shook. She done had a couple number ones.
Cardi B is on a new song by Lil Boat.
Who?
Featuring Lil Yachty.
Little Boat. Oh.
The nigga calls himself Little Boat. Doesn't he not say Lil Boat?
I was about to be so mad because I've literally never heard a Little Boat. I was about to be really pissed off.
So Lil Yachty just put out a song featuring Cardi B and her baby's father. And on Cardi's verse, she starts by saying, "I hear shots coming on the low from hoes I'm higher than. This attention is so flattering because they're admiring. Don't know what's on their mind, but it should be retirement.
Oh, shit.
Get the AARP or this AR gets a firing." Her ghostwriter did the fuck out of that.
Oh, shit.
And she delivered it just the way, she meant that. Her ghostwriter handed her the notebook and she was like, yes. This will be it.
Let me
is
practice
exactly
this
how
real
I feel.
quick. Yes, because this is great.
Well, she responded to somebody who said, of course everybody feels like she was talking about Nicki Minaj. And she responded on Twitter to somebody who was talking about it and said something like, it was 6 bitches in music who was hating on me while I was pregnant. Why y'all automatically think it's her? Because it is.
Right, I was about to say, is that a real question, bitch? Obviously, we think it's because of her. Who are the other 5?
Meanwhile, Nicki Minaj released a photograph of this bed video that I guess still ain't out. I thought this was done already. But she's, I guess in a scene in the video, a mermaid in the, coming out of the ocean with
fun.
A very, interestingly textured weave.
She's a pregnant mermaid?
She's a what?
Is she a pregnant mermaid?
No. Where did you get pregnant from?
Isn't she pregnant? What? Am I crazy?
Nicki Minaj?
Oh. Thought you was talking about Cardi. My bad.
Well, Azealia Banks reposted this photograph with a caption that says, chicken of the sea, sis.
God damn it. I hate when stank people make me laugh.
Stay in your lane, Nicki Minaj. LOL, you running out of ideas, girl. I guess this is like Azealia Banks has done this whole I'm a black mermaid thing for pretty much her whole career, but it's like, girl, so many women doing mermaid themed things. This could have been a moment where you text your very best friend and been like, look at this bitch. And then had a Caprice on and went on about your day. But
that didn't need to happen.
Chicken of the Sea did make me laugh.
That is funny. It is. I'll give her that.
This was reposted onto the Shade Room.
Of course. Where everything goes to die.
The
Shade Room is the single biggest instigator of black on black crime.
That is actually I feel like that is a fact.
It is a fact.
I feel like if there's a study on that, it's probably, you're accurate.
I think I'm right about this. Like, everything bad happens on the fucking Shade Room. Start paying attention.
So they reposted it. Jocelyn said, in response to Azalea's comment, yep, that's about right. So people were like, oh, bitch, what are you mad at? You rap? So Jocelyn tweeted, I just to love you, bitch.
Now, y'all know English is her second language.
I mean, I was going to try to do a Jocelyn impression, but it felt racist. I'm not going to do it.
It's not racist. It's something else, though. Some other
Tumblr
it's a
word.
Bad
thing.
It's xenophobic or something.
One of those.
Yeah, it's something like that.
She said, I just to love the bitch, but when you show your true colors, everyone in the music game told me they can't stand you or work with you. All right.
Yeah,
and I always took your side, but you a flaw bitch, Nicki. And she spelled it Nikki. I know Nicki Minaj hates that shit. This bitch name been on the cover of how many singles and magazines and shit, and y'all still spelling it with 2 Ks? That was shade. She said, don't say shit to me, you know what you did. So she's implying that Nicki Minaj did something to her personally. So all of the girls are upset with Onika.
Okay. It's hard for me to believe Nicki Minaj wasted her time on Jocelyn Hernandez.
It's not hard for me.
I mean, when was Jocelyn ever anything remotely approaching a threat? Okay. If you say so.
Well, let's just, start a prayer circle for all those involved.
I mean,
Missy's doing something for Essence.
There we go. Let's focus on somebody with talent.
I can't miss it.
Yeah, I have to find her.
I will walk off this stage right now if she's performing.
Oh, no, don't say that. She might be.
So Keisha Cole is a liar.
She's not pregnant?
Keisha Cole posted a photograph on her Instagram the other day that says #Prego in my Fashion Nova fit, which is cute. And it also is Fashion Nova women's and then Fashion Nova men. I looked at Fashion Nova men just out of curiosity the other day and I was like, yellow camo pants?
Oh, no.
Because I guess I heard the gays expected to have illusion mesh gowns and things. and was pissed. But when I look, it's very boring. It's a couple of sweatpants I'll probably buy, but either way, the women get the cute stuff. And she said she's Prego.
New hashtag.
Prego in my Fashion Nova fit. And the hashtag congratulations are in order. CONGRADUTlations.
I was thinking this is pretty good so far. Where did the D come from, though? Congratulations will always make me think of Drag Race.
But that's not what it said.
No, of course not. It's not certainly not what she meant. But it's Keisha Cole, so.
Well, not long after, she posted another photograph, and it says, I kinda apologize for trolling yesterday, telling y'all I was Prego.
I kinda apologize?
I don't know. Look, it's Keisha. But y'all need to stop body shamming me. I'm saying it's SHAMMING. I'm reading what's on the thing.
Oh, that's not even shaming. That's shamming. That's something else.
Y'all need to stop body shaming me and saying I'm pregnant every other day. Like, seriously, it hurts my feelings. Hey, Fashion Nova, thought it was sweet that you were all excited about the news, though. And then she tags that, 8-year-old nigga she's dating. So, I really actually feel for women when they have, pregnancy rumors or people assume that they are pregnant just because they gained a little bit of weight. That has to be annoying as fuck. So I get it. But, Brandy's been dealing with that for about 5 years.
Right. She has had niggas convinced she was 14 months pregnant. No, girl, she just gained 15 pounds. You're going to have to get over it.
And the other day, Monique posted on Instagram, congrats, Brandy. Sorry I couldn't be at the hospital when you gave birth. Trolling the bitch.
So
you know that bitch is only pregnant with Taco Bell.
I am confused. So she posted that because people had been asking her if she was pregnant all the time. I guess I did not know that about her. Okay.
I mean, how would you?
Well, now I care even less than I already did. At first I was going to be at least happy for her because I thought she had a baby on the way.
Right.
But, now I'm just really, bitch, why waste my time?
It's you barely matter to us. So,
we're barely paying attention.
Well, God bless her. She's probably somewhere outside right now, Trump.
I was about to say, I don't know.
I'm about to be. I'm not judging the bitch. She's probably out there having
She probably is right on bourbon right now. I don't know why y'all acting like that.
Tessa Thompson has admitted that, yes, she does like men as well as women. She and Janelle Monáe do indeed love one another. And the rest of that is their motherfucking gay-ass business. And the rest of y'all bitches need to worry about, whoever Alexis Sky is dating.
Worry about your man.
You do that.
Right. Me and my bitch are good.
I loved the interview that she did and, talking about how she actually has a really supporting family and her being bisexual has never been a thing, I guess. And so admitting or opening up about her sexuality, it seems to be in an effort to kind of, help other people. She said that some of her own friends, after they saw her playing the clitoris in the Pink video, some of her own friends were like, oh, I just came out to my family because I saw this.
Wow.
Which is really a moving, amazing thing to feel like you might have made a difference for people. So that was that. But, of course, the internet runs with whatever. So it's oh, Janelle Monáe and Tessa have been married actually for 7 years. And Tessa's pregnant. But wait, what? Right. So she had to come back out afterwards and tweet, sometimes we cheer so loudly at someone speaking their truth that we miss what they say. Here's looking at you, media journalism.
Damn.
I didn't say I was in a relationship, but I said lots of other things, all below. One thing I missed, pride has no end. So what I gather from this is that Janelle and Tessa are having a good gay time together.
Absolutely.
And the rest of that is just for them. And I admire that because not only are they adorable together, and I love just their, girl on girl is my favorite.
Right. I know how much you love lesbians.
I love lesbians so much.
You wish you were one.
Hell, my life would be probably a very great deal easier. But I love that both of them as individual creatives, and they're absolutely cute together. And I love when celebrities are we might be fucking, but Maybe we aren't.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Tessa. We knew you was fucking when you was that girl's clitoris.
I mean, it was like, that was when, for me. You knew before that.
I did. I mean, so, you know, I do use Tumblr, and Tumblr has been talking about Janelle and Tessa for years and taking every little tiny screenshot off Instagram to back up their claims. But when the Make Me Feel video came out, I was like, here is the, like, she's literally dragging herself between Tessa and this nigga. I was like, yo, it's right here. But you was still like, no, I think they're just friends.
Yeah, because see, I didn't know anything about all of that Tumblr stuff. I didn't know that they even hung out that often. So when I saw her in, like, the Make Me Feel video, I was like, oh, that's so dope. I love Tessa Thompson. This is so cute. But I was like, she's probably just playing a role.
No.
And then she was the clitoris.
And then she was that wrinkly ass clitoris, and you're like, got it.
There it is.
You are literally in between her flower.
Couldn't be any louder.
Right. It's just very blatant from that point on. But I'm happy for, you know, any black person who has found love, and I very much support them, you know, keeping their business to themselves.
Amen.
Absolutely. Because these niggas are terrible.
So, what do Vivica Fox and Phaedra Parks have in common?
Synthetic hair.
Yeah, that's actually what I was going to say.
Thank you so much.
Phaedra Parks, who still exists, was at the premiere for the new season of Power, and she took...
What is a really good question?
Like, I was surprised you got invited too.
Because why?
What do you need Phaedra Parks there for?
Right. It doesn't make any sense.
I mean,
but I think she is coming back on Housewives.
I heard that too.
Yeah, I think she is coming back on Housewives.
Right? Ugh.
We'll see.
So tired of her.
What you mean, why? Because people will tune in to see Phaedra try to lie. See, these niggas been waiting on it. They want to see Phaedra try to lie her way out of that shit.
Ace Wells Tucker is going to put hands on that bitch if she tries it.
Ace is going to be like, you better move that bitch.
Phaedra took a photograph with 50 Cent and left a caption that says, "You don't rock with power, get the strap." Bitch, you're too old for this. Aiden is at home like, really? Really? Yeah? Get the strap, Mom? Yeah? Tune in now for season 5. Side note, before y'all start the chatter, he ain't Mr. Chocolate. Which nobody was
asking.
Right.
Phaedra swear the world is talking about her. We're really not.
She did the same thing when she took a picture with Shamar Moore at Watch What Happens Live. She was like, no, this is not the nigga I'm dating. I was like, bitch, nobody thought that.
Chill out, ho.
Everybody knows his strap will have you sprung for 20 years, and ain't nobody got time for that. As we know, Vivica Fox recently talked in promotion for her book about how, you know, I don't even remember what she was talking about in terms of 50 Cent this time, but basically everybody was like, okay, girl, that was like 15 years ago, and he's like fucked 800 other hoes since then, and like, so why is this still happening?
Right.
So clearly, you know, that felt like shade. That's how everybody took it. So then Vivica Fox, I'm just flabbergasted that all of these women are like really active on Instagram.
At their big age.
Vivica Fox posted a Android screenshot of a text message that she got from...
I cannot...
A text message she got from Phaedra. The message says, "Hello, pretty. I hope all is well. FYI, I took a pic with 50 at the Power premiere, posted it, and heard Baller Alert is trying to make it into some BS towards you. And you know I adore you and have nothing but love for you. Blow kiss, prayer emoji heart." Miss Vivica Fox's caption says, "When you have to break out them receipts on another toxic trick. The nerve to text me, girl, bye, I see you, I ain't new to this, I'm true to this."
Oh, she is old.
She's such an auntie, I love it.
Such an auntie.
Hashtag real talk, boss moves, Team Vivica, Team Fox. Oh, there are two.
Now, come on, you better have a team first.
What's the difference between Team Vivica and Team Fox?
Not
like, what
a
makes you choose a side?
goddamn thing. Not one thing. See, this is why we gotta stop doing shows where they serve alcohol.
Team Vivica is the old face and Team Fox is the new one.
Cause she's...
Hashtag legitimate career. Hashtag get a job. I love it. I'm a fan.
I was about to say, like, we may be clowning Vivica for that obsession with 50 and them cheap-ass, plastic-ass wigs, but she's not wrong. She does have a legitimate career. You niggas can act like y'all didn't used to love Vivica Fox, but we all know the truth.
I was going to say I still love her, but then I thought about how she tried it when she went to the Breakfast Club with them strippers.
Right, when she had that gay male thing.
Y'all ever dance for men? And she was the first one. Hell no! Why would they ever do for that? First of all, sis, we weren't talking to you. We don't even want to see you naked. Secondly, I know very much for myself that the girls do, so y'all can lie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's not too many cis women who are hiring male strippers, honestly, over the age of like 22. We're not just doing that. That was some shit we did in college when we bought bottom shelf liquor and made our own chocolate covered strawberries.
Yum!
And had ghetto ass parties in the on campus apartments.
Them gummy bears
that was some shit we did back
like
then.
Hennessy.
We don't do that shit no more. We have grown up. We can't drink bottom shelf shit no more. We got to get up in the morning.
For my birthday, maybe next year, I'm going to have like a grown nigga prom.
Yes. Give us an excuse.
To just act like young trash. No one really knows how much longer we all have.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. Those girls we're talking about. I feel like you brought up Chris Brown on the last episode.
Did I?
So this is your fault. Chris Brown was arrested.
I gave him a compliment. I'm sure I gave him a compliment.
And you said, after talking about him, I feel like I remember you saying something about Chris Brown and saying he's probably going to do something stupid.
Oh, no, that was about Cardi.
Was it?
I said I gave Cardi a compliment, so now she's going to turn around and say something dumb. But, Cardi, Chris, sometimes the stars are off.
Well, Chris Brown was arrested in Florida for an outstanding warrant, which I feel like is good for Chris Brown.
I thought he was arrested for something else. I thought he was arrested for beating somebody's ass.
I mean, the warrant is for battery.
Got you.
The warrant is...
So I wasn't totally wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think it was a battery from last year. So hopefully he's been on a journey.
No current batteries. Good, Chris.
No current ones. Just current warrants. He was taken into the jail at about 11 p.m. and posted all of his, white people money, and they let him out.
Amen.
And I guess he put some weird response to it on Instagram, but Chris Brown is currently free and just still a nigga. And,
of course.
I'm going to take this.
Yeah, I am too. I am going to take it as well because we all know for Christopher it could be much worse. And I have not heard his name in the headlines for a good long while. So as long as he's still getting arrested behind old shit, I'm going to just let that rock.
Why not, right?
Chris Brown in 2018 has been so far from problematic compared to the rest of these bitches that, the bar is below the ground for Chris Brown. It is below the ground. So I am going to take all of this as a win in Chris's corner.
And you know what? Also, Tyrese has been quiet for a while. God bless him.
He finally stopped typing. God is so good.
Because I heard Idris Elba is going to be the villain in that that Rock Fast and the Furious spinoff. I don't care about none of the movies, but Idris Elba I do care about. So
The Rock is in a different movie every 2 months.
2 weeks.
And he's always being some buff nigga saving the world. Like, the role never changes.
From all kinds of things. Monkeys, alligators, Jumanji, haters.
All of those, every single movie, he plays the exact same character. And yet, every 10 to 12 weeks, there's a new movie with that nigga in it.
And the girls go to see it.
I'm not mad. Get your money, half black man. Don't do that. Don't act like that.
So another witness has come forward to admit that they lied on C Murder.
Oh, wait. Ain't that crazy?
It is, but it's not.
Yeah.
You know, like...
The police was just like, we gonna arrest this. We gonna get this nigga,
So Darnell Jordan testified and admitted that he felt pressured by sheriffs and so on to lie. To say that they, in fact, saw C Murder shoot and kill somebody. The same... story that the star witness from this case, which I think was in 2009, they also came forward and recanted maybe a week or two ago.
Yeah, I remember that. Damn.
So it's like, the thing to me, it's like, when I think about this, first of all, it is crazy because I feel like I remember C Murder being locked up when I was in chemistry,
Yeah, definitely.
But it makes me think, because it's not a surprise to us that cops would be this nasty, this dirty, this shady, and it's like, it's a black man, B, his name's C Murder. Right. So yeah, just let's just take him. I'm thinking of all of the black people that are locked up right now that ain't do nothing to nobody. Right. And will probably spend the rest of their existences in prison or go home to their families if they ever do get out. Don't know them. The family don't know that the person. They're all fucked up from trauma for being locked up. Never did nothing to anybody. It's so real that this is something that happens to people with melanin all of the time.
Yeah. And if you don't have money or somebody who recognizes your face, it's that much harder.
Exactly.
C Murder is even, if only a regional celebrity, at least that. And it still has been damn near a decade for him behind bars for something that we just now finding out he didn't do. And as for me, 10 years ago when I heard this story, I was like, well, that nigga do have he got a lot of bars about killing niggas. So I feel like this is not totally outside of what he will do. The nigga's name is murder.
And at the end of the day, these niggas, these detectives, sheriffs, cops, or whatever, they just need a body to be like, this is the bitch they did. Yeah. That's it. They don't give a fuck if you did it or not.
They just want to market it solved. That's really it.
That's it. It's like, the nigger's name is C Murder. Okay, he's related to that Master P nigger.
Is he gonna get a new trial, or are they just gonna let his ass out?
I don't know what's about to happen, but something will. I mean, Lil Romeo has already reacted to it. We can't just leave him.
Something has to happen.
Well, this is a very interesting story, and I will be watching it very, very closely because I'm interested to see how this ends up. It's just so sick to me. Y'all, there's so many black men and women that are just all kinds of fucked up behind this experience, and they never did anything.
Right.
And then there are also crimes where it was like, okay, maybe I saw a little bit of weed.
It's things where you really still didn't hurt nobody. It's just white people enforcing rules against us that they don't enforce against each other.
Exactly.
It's really that shit. It's like whatever small law or ordinance they have, when it comes to doing shit like barbecuing on the sidewalk in New York. I know y'all don't know nothing about that.
Selling water.
Or selling water. Yes. Little shit like that. Music ordinances, that type of shit. They care when it's us. But when it's white people, nobody even calls the police, much less bother to come out and arrest them. So it's just black people are over-policed in that manner. And so there are more of us in jail than should be. And that's not even counting the niggas who are totally innocent of anything. Right. And just got locked up because police didn't have nobody else to blame. So, I mean, I don't know. Being black in America is trash. Y'all know that already.
I mean, yeah, that's just...
So, yeah.
That's why
it's just garbage. But I hope to see something fair happen out of all this. I don't have a lot of hope, but I would like to see that. Right. Yes.
Well, that's just going to wrap up this segment. But before we move on... Oh, thanks. Is there anything pop culture related that you want us to touch on before we move to our next segment? Who is that? Next?
Never heard of her.
Literally don't know her. Huh?
What? Cardi B said Offset is like Jay-Z and Dr. King. Okay. So she compared Offset cheating on her to the fact that Jay-Z cheats and Martin Luther King cheated. I was about to say, she can't be talking about quality and consistency of work. Got it. Well, I mean, in that case, she could have named just about every damn man on the planet. Because I'm hard pressed to think of one, even in my own life, who has not cheated.
So it looks.
Well, I don't know you, nigga. What you mean? He raised his hand like I know who he is.
There's a screenshot on Instagram. Someone said, "So they married and he still cheated." Okay, sis. And she responded and said, "And so did Martin Luther King, Kobe, Jay-Z, and Clinton, and most likely your father. But guess what? We worked things out. We grew, about to have a baby, and purchasing a home together. Shit happens."
I mean, she's right. Most likely her father did also cheat. But then goddamn, that's rude to say. I don't care if you worked it out, Cardi. You know, blessings and happiness to you. Most straight girls most girls who are exclusively attracted to men will put up with shit that I would never dream of tolerating. So you can have it, girl. I cannot do it.
Anything else?
Anything else?
No. Cool.
All right. Hey guys, this week's episode of The Read is brought to you by Third Love. They use thousands of real women's measurements to design their bras with breast size and shape in mind so that they fit impeccably and feel even better. And now, since they added 24 new sizes, they offer the most options of any brand. It's a total of 70 sizes. So go and find your fit in 60 seconds online. Order it, try it on at home with their Fit Finder quiz. It takes less than a minute. There's no more awkward fitting room experiences. And they have ultra soft smoothing fabrics to expert features like straps that don't slip. It's all in the details. And Third Love guarantees a perfect fit. Returns and exchanges are free and easy in case it doesn't work out for you. I am a stan for that t-shirt bra. It is just so comfortable. It's the only bra I don't snatch off as soon as I get home. Third Love knows there's a perfect bra for everyone. So right now they're offering y'all 15% off your first order. Just go to thirdlove.com/read now to find your perfect fitting bra and get 15% off your first purchase. That's thirdlove.com/READ for 15% off today. Do something fun and comfy for your titties, and let's move on.
This week's episode is being brought to you by ShipStation. When you're selling things online, getting your orders out of the door quickly can be tough. If anybody knows, we do. That's why you need today's sponsor. ShipStation is the fast and easy way to manage and ship your orders all from one place. They help you get your orders out of the door quickly and keep your customers happy. Whether you're using your own website, Shopify, Squarespace, Etsy, BigCommerce, WooCommerce, all of the fancy selling channels all over the World Wide Web, child, ShipStation brings all of your orders into one simple interface, making them easy to manage from any device, even your cell phone. You'll ship more in less time and with the best rates available. And ShipStation is also available in the UK, Australia, and Canada. Right now, try ShipStation free for 30 days, plus get a special bonus when you use our promo code READ. Don't wait. Go to ShipStation.com, and before you do anything else, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in READ. That's ShipStation.com, promo code READ. ShipStation, make ship happen. Now let's get back to the show. So let's move on.
Yes, it is time for our question and answer portion. Please welcome back Asante.
Wait! Now listen. We encourage mess. We love mess. You may ask whatever question is on your spirit. It's wise to ask yourself, could this get me cussed out first? But at whatever is on your heart. However, New Orleans, we want to be able to hear the question that comes out of the person's mouth with the microphone. I am going to leave judgment to you if you feel like judging people, but just allow us to be able to hear the question before you turn to your neighbor and be like, nah, she knew goddamn well that nigga wasn't shit. Okay, so let's just be respectful of one another and have a great time. Asante, go for it.
So as we get started, who's here for Essence Festival?
Yes.
Well, The Read will be performing on Sunday.
We're hosting Super Lounge. We're not performing shit. I don't want y'all to think we do choreography.
No, he lying. They dancing and shit. They got a whole routine set
We're
up.
not.
No, they're not.
He's lying.
I lied. All right, raise your hand. Oh, okay.
You don't even need a mic.
Hello. My name's LaSalle. Hello, how's it going?
Hi, LaSalle.
I love you guys. I tell all my friends, it's not really a big question. I don't have any drama or anything. I tell everyone that I listen to the read, and then I'm a stan, and they're like, okay, what do you call it? I'm like, I think they call us.
What
the
are
readers.
you called?
Yeah. You know, everyone else have stands. What are we to you guys? What do you call us?
Very nice black people.
Yeah. I just call y'all listeners. What?
And white people too.
Well,
I'm too old to be trying to give y'all, like, come up with it.
I know some people call themselves readers or librarians.
I love it.
But I just call y'all very generous, kind people who listen to us bullshit every week. Okay. So thank you for that.
I'd love to see whatever it is y'all come up with and run with it, but Standem's dangerous.
Shit.
Oh, God, what did he do, girl? I'm kidding. I know.
You see both of them, right?
Yeah, he's right there.
Oh, I see these niggas.
Mine is simple as well. I'd like you to open the invitations and know that the date is for next year. I'm not a great Photoshop person, so I kind of just threw that together, and I couldn't put the year on it. But I have a great group of friends. Some of them are here. We're just going to party. It's not like romantic and, love and
Girl,
shit.
this is a destination wedding. I can't afford no international ticket for your wedding.
Going!
It's in Cancun. It's very affordable on the website. There are payment plans. You got it. I have faith in you.
So do you have a question, or you was finishing the invitation?
You just want
Will you come? Think about it. Will you sleep on it?
I definitely am not going to
on it.
Okay.
But I really appreciate your invitation. It is not, I believe weddings to be very long and boring and frankly quite dangerous.
I'm going to be real with you. I only go to weddings of people who, like, if I don't go, they will be deeply offended.
And I have to deal with it forever because I have a very close relationship with them. Yeah.
Right. So your wedding, I'm probably not going to make, but I'm very happy for y'all, especially because y'all gave us this liquor.
Right.
So thank you again.
And so I appreciate you forever, and God bless your relationship.
I just don't want you to get your hopes up.
And stay together. Get therapy if you ever decide, I'm tired of seeing your motherfucking face every morning. I wish you nothing but the best.
Good luck to the two of you. Asante, who's next? Hi. Okay, it's somebody right there, y'all.
She said, me. Like, the mic is, no.
Hey, everybody. I'm Candace. I'm from Florida.
Hey, Candace.
Oh, shit.
But my question is, so, Crystal, I saw the other day you had, tweeted something about, adding a segment about something you learned from your therapist.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to ask both of you, what's something that your therapist has kind of shared with you for those of us who are kind of broke and can't afford therapy?
I understand. I really do understand.
I'm on my way, but yeah.
So that's a segment that I first occurred to me a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to try to start it next week or the week after. Just not like a big thing. It's not going to be super long. It's just literally me taking a few minutes to say, hey, this is something that I've learned in therapy that has really helped me with coping skills or dealing with bullshit or having some perspective about our lives, that kind of thing. So don't be no girl, ain't nothing to clap about. Because usually therapy comes up in the show anyway.
Yeah, we talk about it a lot.
Because we literally stand for therapy. It's right up there with Beyonce. So for me, growing up, in the Bible Belt, very Southern Christian conservative family, I was always taught to overextend myself for other people's comfort. And that extended to everything. If random guests pop by, guess what, bitch? You better get to seasoning that meat in there and cooking up a dinner. And your house better be presentable. And you better let them in and have everything ready to entertain at all times type of shit. And so it was really difficult for me to grow out of that mindset of always going above and beyond without anybody even asking me to. It was, yes. And a lot of us are like that, especially black women. We are when we grow up, we are taught to serve. And so it took me a while and having my therapist be like, well, bitch, why are you doing all this? Didn't nobody ask you for that? Literally nobody asked you for that. So if you would just chill the fuck out and enjoy your life, you'll be happier. And so shit like that, that's just, sorry if you didn't want me to curse, but yeah, that sort of thing is what I want to talk about. Just unlearning things that have been problematic for me and then coping mechanisms that have been helpful for me. Everything obviously is not going to apply to everybody, but in whatever way that it can be helpful for you, I want to share that. So that sort of thing.
I think the thing that my therapist has done for me that I love the entire time that I've gone to her. It's just, she stops me when I'm like stuck in my pessimism and gives me an opportunity to like reflect on the things that I've done that are positive, reflect on like a lot of the achievements that I've been blessed with and a lot of the hard work that I've done that has paid off. Because I think it's so hard to like, not hard, it's really easy sometimes to like completely ignore all of the really great things that you've done and like all of the hard work that you've put in because you're so concerned about what you're going to do next, or this person that's you getting on your fucking nerves, or how hard this is. And then like when I look back to like just 5 years ago and what I was doing and thinking about myself then versus now, like I'm still not shit. I got a lot of work to do. But when I think about, like, we are at Essence Fest. We're on, like, the same flyer with Janet Jackson, bitch. Like,
I'll never get over that. I had to send that to my mama, like, look, I really have a job. You know, she thinks I'm just bullshitting.
Right, mine too.
But then when they found out about Essence, her and my aunties was like, now, wait a minute, what do you do?
That'll do it.
They was excited, like, okay, my niece got a real job. Look at her.
So those moments where I've looked back and been like, you know what? You're goddamn right. I did lose a lot of sleep and do this and that and the third, and it did pay off. I am that bitch.
Yes. You have to acknowledge it. Like, for me, I don't like to be disappointed, so I don't let myself get gassed up off of every little thing that comes my way. But sometimes you have to just sit back and be like, wow, bitch, like, I'm doing something big, and I'm going to be proud of myself for it. You have to let yourself feel that. So thank you for that question, and I hope to start that segment very soon. Thank you so much. Asante, who you got next?
My name is Dio, and I
love it.
Thank you so much. It's short for
welcome.
Ekundayo.
Love that too.
Even better.
Thank you. Tears Become Joy. I'm not going to go any further. But my question is, do y'all watch My House?
Oh my gosh, I haven't started watching it's on Viceland.
So good.
It's like, there was like the L word and then the real L word. So it's like Pose and then My House.
Oh, wow.
So my question
is...
it's like a docu-series.
It's a house? Okay.
Yeah, I just haven't started it yet.
My question is, will you communicate to Big Frida? Is she going to collaborate with Precious? Because I feel like that would be amazing.
Well, I can't answer that because, like I said, I haven't watched it yet. But I hope that you get whatever it is you're looking for. And Big Frida is a fucking icon. And I can't believe that I worked on the same stage that Big Frida twerked on. And Big Frida's everything.
Yeah. I also have not seen the show, but I just want you to know I don't have it like that with Big Frida. Like, I just met her for the first time maybe an hour ago, and I was outside like, can I roll you a blunt? Can I do something for you? Like, outside standing. So, just don't want you to think it's anything other than that.
What an icon. What a legend.
A true icon, yes. A real legend.
What's the next question, Asante? Lord knows I can't see a motherfucking thing.
No, but me neither.
Hi, this is Mia. I'm actually from New York City, but my friends and I, we came down for Essence.
Hey, girl.
How you doing?
Yes, you came on one of the party buses.
Girl, no. Actually, my question is related to that. So, quick story, right? So, my friends and I, we're from DC, DMV, New York City.
Got you.
I love Mambo Sauce.
Go off, yes.
Mambo Sauce is really good.
It's very nice.
So we found a travel agent who was helping us with a package for Essence Fest. Right, somebody is already like, oh, sis, how about we paid her $1,000. That was supposed to be inclusive of hotel, concert passes, party passes, everything.
Oh.
She was sending us invoices, confirmations, like it was all legitimate. I called the hotel. They had rooms. Everything was fine. We got down here yesterday. Wasn't no hotel room, wasn't no tickets, wasn't nothing. We had everything planned. We had reservations. Obviously, we had tickets to your show, which has been sold out for months. So, you know, if he was in a situation where clearly somebody tried to play you and tried to act like you was stupid, you was crazy, what would you do in a situation? Like,
I'd lose it? Girl, I would fucking lose it because Essence is too big of a weekend. It's too many people planning friend trips. They ain't seen they line sisters in 6 years. Everybody done came to y'all done seen Girls Trip and got motivated.
Yep.
Niggas in New Orleans is like, bitch, traffic is so fucked up. Oh, this is bullshit. When are y'all going home?
My lift to the theater was literally driving the car like, look at all this goddamn bullshit. Fucking tired of these
Earlier, I took a lift from one hotel to the other one. And the girl, the whole time, she was like, this is bullshit. Like, traffic, I'm pissed. I was like, you know what, sis? I will actually just walk the rest of the way. Because I don't want to offend you no further than you are already offended.
I was like in my email trying to get everything situated and stuff. And then I would jump because all of a sudden the driver was like, what the fuck is you doing? Get out of my city. Like.
So something like that, I would be so mad. I was at another hotel earlier checking in for a room, and there was a girl who was there with her friends on the couch behind me, and they were cussing out somebody on customer service because they had reservations and they had called and checked everything like you did, but when they got there, they found that their reservation had been canceled and it had been moved to some other hotel. And I was thinking, child, I would have been irate, okay, first of all. But also, I'm very glad y'all at least had another reservation, because it would have been so much worse if you didn't have nowhere to go. But situations like that where y'all have paid your money and you have been very diligent and double checked on everything and it still is fucked up, it ain't nothing to do but cuss out whoever you get on the phone. Like, I used to work customer service at a call centers, so I'm very sensitive to shit like that. And I really don't cuss nobody or come out my mouth, about nobody unless it is egregious. And that is egregious. That's fucked up. No, don't fuck up Essence Weekend. That's just it. If something is wrong, if you have to cancel and reschedule, then let us know before we get to New Orleans. Don't have us getting to New Orleans and taking that $36 plus tip cab into the French Quarter and not knowing what the fuck we doing. So, I mean, girl, I hope everything worked out for y'all. Our tickets were at least separate from Essence Fest tickets, so I'm glad you still got to come see us. But all I know to do as a human is cuss somebody out.
I'm good at it. I do that a lot. I like it. Next question.
Real.
Hi, y'all. I'm really nervous. I'm over here.
Girl, over here don't mean nothing to me. Okay.
Yes,
there.
Yes.
All right.
So I'm Desiree. I'm with my friend Jaleesa. We're from Dallas. And
hey, all right, Dallas.
Jaleesa, it's like a different world.
It is like a different world. Especially with Fran and her linen pants. Fran is Freddie.
We actually just saw Issa at dinner.
Love her.
She said she couldn't make it. She said she couldn't make it, but y'all come party with her afterward. I don't know where y'all going, but
done.
I'll see if she hit me up.
Issa got the niggas.
She do got the niggas.
So my question is, last week I was at work and a situation happened to me that I'm very pro-black. And I'm very I'm about that life. For the most part, except in the workplace. And I actually got called the N-word at work.
Oh no, I'm having somebody's job.
But by a Hispanic male.
That don't shock me. I'm from Miami.
So I
really don't care.
It caught me off guard. I really didn't know how to react. My manager was with me, so of course and it was a man, so I wasn't gonna hit him or anything. Although that was my
the manager heard it.
My manager, he was a fragile white man. He heard it. Yes. I didn't have no backup, so I wasn't gonna hit this Hispanic man. However, my question is, since then, I've really been battling, because I never really had an issue with Hispanic people in general at all, for real, but how do you move forward and not hold that against, the whole race? It sounds like a hard thing.
Easy.
I mean, so I think I understand what you're trying to say, but what I think is important for you to remember is that anti-blackness is global. And everybody, I think, who was that? Was it Andre 3000 who had a jumpsuit that said, how come across cultures everybody has a word for nigger or something like that, or dark-skinned people are the most despised?
Yeah.
Anti-blackness, the idea that we are lesser than, is a global idea. It is not exclusive to America. And it can be very easy for people who immigrate to America to pick up on the idea that hating black people is the best way to assimilate.
Because everybody wants somebody to make them feel superior.
Right.
Like
everybody wants to feel like they're higher on the social chain than somebody else.
And they know everybody hate niggas.
So it's very important to keep that in mind. However, you should not allow that feeling. Like, it's fine to hate that one person at your job. Like, you hating that son of a bitch. How dare you, bitch. That's fine. That's fine. But it's very important to not let that leak over into, like, not caring about or having compassion for all Latino people in general, because that is crazy. At that point, you start sounding white.
Yeah.
And you have to really be honest with yourself sometimes. You'd be like, bitch, do I sound like a white bitch right now? Because I need to adjust my way of thinking if so.
Do you know how much of a difference will be taking place in, like, several communities that are non-white if they stop them with, is this like a white thing to do?
Right. People of color in general know that as long as they're not black, then things are not as bad as they could be. People know that. Mm-hmm. So I would keep that in mind. And really, I would encourage you to not let that infiltrate your heart and have you feeling some type of way about all Latinos. It's fine to hate that one motherfucker, but everybody is not like that. And really, the rest of us need to be able to stick together against white supremacy. We really need to be able to do that. So try your very fucking hardest, girl. I'm like begging with you right now.
How do we get him fired?
All right, or get him, like, well, I mean, so if your white boss is a bitch and he not gonna do nothing about it, then you probably can't get him fired. That's the shitty part about stuff like this. Okay, you can go to HR. Good fucking luck, though. Good luck if ain't nobody backing you up. That's all I'm saying.
No shade, I would have very least.
If you don't have it on videotape or ain't nobody there to be like, yeah, he should be fired, then good luck to you dealing with HR. Because HR is looking out for the good of the company first and foremost. Not for the good of you. They are looking out for themselves. They're making sure the company don't violate no laws that means you can sue them. That's all that means. So good luck to you, and I hope you don't let this experience color your opinion of all Latinos. Okay, well, listen, girl, I don't have the mic. Where is Asante?
I'm back here. Hey. This is my last question on this side, then I'm coming over there.
Okay.
All right, 504,
He's coming
hold
over
it
here,
down.
y'all. Thank you so much.
I see y'all. All right, tell me your name and your question.
Hi, my name is Sam. I'm from Denver. I'm here with my friend. I hope y'all come out soon.
Love to.
Denver has legal weed, so we
do have legal weed.
That's true.
So this is a much lighter question than others.
Oh, shit.
So,
okay.
My friend got high for the first time without me, and I just feel so abandoned, and I really need some friendship advice.
I thought you was gonna say she high right now off these edibles and she's having a fit. She want to go to the hospital. Tell this bitch it'll be okay. You feel abandoned because she smoked weed without you?
Yes.
Girl, why? Did y'all have like some kind of blood pinky promise that y'all was gonna... Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Girl, no the fuck you didn't. No, you didn't. You like to get high, and you mad that friend did not experience their first high with you.
Before.
It's happened to me. I've had friends who have gotten high, you know, for the first time without me, and I'm like, damn, that was probably something. I wish I could have witnessed that.
So I could laugh at them.
Right.
Yeah.
And we could all laugh and be high together. So what, do you never want to speak to her again? What's the problem?
I never did it before, and she left me out.
Oh, so you've never gotten high.
So you don't smoke either. Oh, I thought you was a weed head.
No.
Okay. Oh, she left you out of that experience together, and y'all had sworn to do it together.
She's right there.
Damn.
You're right.
Okay, well, pass the mic to the lying-ass friend.
Come on.
I can't see y'all nowhere.
Why did you do that, friend?
So I'm the friend.
Okay.
And in my defense, weed is still federally not okay.
Oh, that's fine.
And we don't care about that.
Yeah, we don't care about that.
Terrible
I know Louisiana is probably not as cool about it as New York City. Yeah. I'm sure. Because in New York, you can have an ounce without getting arrested.
Yeah, so...
I'll be in the Apple store getting high.
New
I don't give a
like
fuck.
that. Cool.
So I don't feel like I want to be that peer pressure friend that's like, hey, girl, come on, let's smoke. And now you can't pass a drug test. When
y'all are the cutest little virgins.
So, does the friend, do you want to get high, sis?
Yes. But I needed a job.
So you can't smoke. Okay, well then she did you a favor. Get out your fucking feelings.
She helped you out, girl.
You know good and damn well any job you gonna get is gonna make you drug test. So be happy she smoked without you. I would be so mad if a bitch texted me like, we getting high, knowing good and fucking well I can't smoke. I would be so pissed.
I'd be pissed too.
Get over it.
You'll be fine.
Y'all can get high together many, many times in the future.
You'll be fine.
All right, let's let Asante cross the room. Hey, who's next, Tay?
Hey, y'all. My question is regarding the mental health regarding your post-secondary education. So, Fury, as a descendant of parents who are of Jamaican descent, I want to know how your cultural influences impacted your trajectory pursuing your post-secondary education. And Crystal, regarding your post-secondary education...
Can y'all let the lady ask this very intelligent question? She's using a lot of good words.
Crystal, regarding your post-secondary education, I want to know the impact it had on your mental health as a black woman in America.
Well, to be totally honest with you, I was 17 when I graduated from high school, and I was not even remotely ready to go to college.
Same.
But I was ready to get out of my mama's house.
Same.
So I left anyway. And my very first semester, I got straight Fs, except...
Work.
Like intro to college. It was one of them bullshit courses they give to freshmen.
Right.
Where it's like, here's how you use the union. And even that I gotta be in. So that first semester was catastrophic. The rest weren't much better. I ended up leaving right before senior year because I got a great job offer. And so I decided to go to work instead. And I clearly did not need that degree to do what I needed to do. But the expectation of me was always, because my parents both have advanced degrees. My mother has a master's and my father has a JD. So the expectation was always that I would go to college and be like even better than them. Like they were expecting me to be on a doctorate type of level. So I think they looked at me like, goddamn, really? Our first child is this whack? How? It don't make no goddamn sense. They were just like, really?
Totally get it.
All the work we did to be black in America, right, and you end up being this whack?
Exactly.
But,
and mine were immigrants.
So, right. So, I mean, I tried. I really tried with post-secondary education. And I'm not opposed to learning, but the school environment was never for me. I think I have some undiagnosed ADHD.
All of it. Me too.
Definitely should have been addressed before I went off to school. But, you know, ultimately I figured out my way and I have managed to make a career and a life for myself. So my mom is no longer mad. And that's all that really matters. What about you, like friend? Was it different?
My journey is so similar to that whole thing right there as well. Except at like 15, I did see a psychiatrist because I was all over the place mentally and emotionally. And they did that. It was a white man. And he absolutely looked in my face and my mama's face and was like, so I think that it's possible that your son may have like a form of ADD or whatever. And my mother was like, okay, that's why we have Jesus and we will never see you again. Amen. And to this day, I be at home like, I don't know what to do first. I can't, you know, so.
I really feel like some Ritalin and some Adderall would have helped my ass focus.
Really early on.
It really would have, but my mom wasn't trying to hear that.
And, you know, as, you know, someone who has parents who are from the sticks in Jamaica, like, education was pretty much all that you had. It was non-negotiable. You're going as far as you could possibly go to go out and possibly get, like, the least you could get still. And that's on the island. You talk about coming over here with honkies and being black and an immigrant and trying to do that exact same shit. Like, there was no way that we were going to be born into this, you know, nation of opportunity and all of this other thing. And we had like video games and the water ran all 24 hours of the day and like
no
all
excuses.
This other, right. No excuses. So it was kind of like, you don't want to do what? I'm not trying to hear that.
It's your only job.
So when I was fucking up in school, and by the time, you know, I graduated and left high school and all that other stuff, it was just like college for me was like, oh, so I get to like do essentially what I want to do. Okay, well, I don't want to go to class.
Oh, I overslept for everything. Like I failed a lot of classes because I simply did not show up. 8:30 a.m. classes for a freshman is
why did we do that?
It's a bad idea.
I should have known better.
Because I was used to going to school at 7:45.
Exactly.
So I thought 8:30 would be easy as fuck, bitch. No, it's not. You've been drinking that cheap ass liquor,
especially
at one of them white frat houses all night.
Have to go. And you
don't have to go.
At 8:30, your teacher's not calling your mama.
Ain't nobody calling your mama.
So Crystal was not in class today. We just wanted to make sure she's alive. Like, you could do whatever the fuck it is that, like, so. It was more difficult for me, but I think that, again, I was very fortunate to be in this position that we're in now and can, call my mama and be like, how much are the bills? They're like, nigga, I don't give a fuck what it is you talking about.
That's how black parents are. As long as you figure it out, they don't really give a fuck what you do.
And early on, it was very clear to me that, like, education was about, like, your life in general after school and, like, having the best opportunities that you could, and having parents that were born in, like, the 50s and 60s and telling them, I'm like making a business on the internet. They're like, nigga, what? Get off of that shit and go and learn a trade or something before I punch you in your face.
All right, Tay, let's do 2 more.
Okay. Now, this young lady has been over here killing it, so stand up. I ain't screened it, so tell the people your name and your question, all right?
You look very white.
I am.
You're white.
Love it. Love it.
Very white.
Definitely thought you was
alone.
light-skinned. I'm a chill.
Thanks for coming.
Kid Fury, I've been following you since 2011.
Oh, my age.
So, no, my age, too. I look a lot younger than I am.
Work, me too, bitch.
There you go. There you go. I guess I'm really passionate about writing and blogging. However, I feel very strongly about what's going on in the Black community. There is so much that I only hear about from your podcast, which is absolutely awful. The only reason I hear about it is from your podcast and the fact that if I didn't follow y'all, I would never hear about it.
Oh,
and
wow.
That is one of my problems.
Sweetheart, I'm sorry, what's your name? What's your name?
My name is Megan.
Megan, okay, thank you so much.
But
Please
that's
continue.
one of my many problems with this country. Y'all, if I didn't follow y'all, there's so many fucking things that I would not hear about because Fox and everybody else has the white people with a certain amount of fucking news that we're allowed to hear. But we don't get to hear the real shit. And the only reason I know about some of the real shit is because of y'all. I've been watching Kid Fury, your YouTube videos since 2011.
Everybody, please chill. Please chill.
My remark is,
let her get to the question,
my
y'all,
remark
please.
is, how do I write from a good point of view without seeming like I don't know what it's like to be black in Toupee Fiasco's America?
Right.
However,
did you say Toupee Fiasco?
Toupee Fiasco.
I like her.
That's a very black reference for somebody so white.
However, I want to write from a perspective that white people can't seem to fucking understand.
Yes.
But I don't want black people to feel like I am encroaching and I don't completely understand.
This is actually
what it's like.
right. You don't.
I don't completely understand what it's like to be black in Trump's America.
You
and
don't.
That's so fucked up that I don't. I don't.
So you just want to be able to.
Right.
Megan wants some help. Yes.
And I don't want to come across as seeming like someone that is, I know what it's like because I don't. But I do want to come across as I fucking know what it's like to be living in a fucked up ass country with some fucking orange fucking.
All right. Yes. Thank you so much, Megan. I think I know your question. And I will say this, thank you for being one of the very few whites who is willing to speak up and say something to other white people. Because the thing about racial discrimination is that the people who believe in it the most are the least likely to listen to us, meaning black people and other people of color. Yes, Megan feels very strongly, you guys. And it's fine. It's good. No, we're not. Megan, I appreciate your many words. No, sis, I get it. And I appreciate it. What I'm saying is, all you have to do is frame your work as addressing white people and telling them what they need to do better.
Right.
That's all you have to do. Black people are not going to be offended if you speak up on our behalf because we need people who possess that privilege to do that. We do, because they're not listening to us. Donald Trump don't give a fuck about us. We're not even getting through the door. It has to be white people like you to do that for us. So thank you for it. I appreciate. I mean, it's the bare minimum that a decent white person would do. But I'm thanking you anyway, because so many white people in this country are not decent.
Right.
So thank you for that. All you have to do is address white people in your work and make sure that everything that you say should be done is directed to them. Because black people are doing enough just surviving in this country.
Right.
It don't need to be no black people need to stop selling water. Black people need to pull their pants up. Black people need to blah, blah. Don't talk to us. Talk to your people about what they need to do better.
Amen. And
you will be fine. We're not asking for a lot, boo. Thank you so much for your
Megan. All right, Crystal. That was going to be the last one.
Oh, wow. Really? We ended on a white girl? That's racist.
You ain't going to do that shit to me.
I tried.
One more.
Tell Alex she can't hold us down.
Your bone structure in person is so much. Oh, God. My name is
Whose
Nina.
birthday is it?
Happy birthday.
Girl, if I get this nigga to come up here.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Ivy.
Here's the thing. I moderate all these shows, and I know it's your birthday, and you ask questions at every show. That's why I wasn't doing it. So stand your spot.
You've asked a question at a show before?
Several.
Has that person asked a question at a show before?
And that's why.
Okay, so happy birthday, boo. Thank you so much.
I love you.
You look very cute in the break up with him shorts.
I love the shorts.
And your tiara is adorable.
You are
But
cute.
we're gonna let somebody who's never had a chance have a chance.
You on my bestie list. You know what time it is.
All right, what's up?
Thank you. Your twerking was everything.
You know, I tried.
And my birthday is next week.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
Along with Megan, I'm a trans woman, and you guys.
You are welcome here, girl.
Well, the thing is, you guys as cisgender individuals being in that space, y'all living for poles. Y'all gave us the joy of Big Frida today. And my spirit animals at the friend zone. I live. Yeah. Y'all understanding us and telling y'all friends as cisgender people about us and dragging the girls to filth when they get out of line.
Sure.
I really appreciate that, so I want to congratulate you. But I also want to say, as creatives, black creatives, queer creatives, have you guys thought about joining the friend zone and Kia and Getting Grown for some kind of like activation tour, like what Fran is doing to encourage all of us as creatives, black creatives, because y'all are like the biggest. Y'all are the cultural icons.
That would be so nice.
Of black and queer and creativity.
Thank
and
you.
It's like we all live and breathe for y'all when y'all come on the podcast every week. Y'all pull us out of our doldrums, and it's like
yes, doldrums.
I'm just like.
I love the doldrums.
We need things like this.
Yes.
Personally.
Thank you,
to
boo.
continue to encourage us to just live our dreams and be ourselves.
Yeah.
So I think y'all need to join Friends.
Well, thank you so much for that.
Yeah, hopefully y'all will. I got my coins ready.
We try to do it, on the show, make sure everybody in the LGBTQIAA plus community feels included. We really do try to do that. And as somebody who grew up, with being taught to be anti-trans, with being taught to be anti-gay, it has taken me a while to get to the point where I feel like truly accepting of my brothers and sisters across the LGBTQIA spectrum. But I'm here, and I'm so glad that you feel affirmed and welcome here, because this platform is for you. This is for people like us who feel marginalized in every other way. Fran is the type of bitch that radiate coconut oil and good vibes. And we just don't do that bullshit.
24/7 she does.
We just don't. Fran is so kind. We're not like that. We're bitches. Fran is like the nicest person. You go hang out with Fran for a few days and you'll be like, wow, bitch, my chakras.
I didn't know I was so angry.
I feel so good, bitch. I feel rejuvenated. If you hang out with us, you're going to be like, God damn, why do I listen to that show? Them bitches They are annoying as fuck. So, we stay in our lane. We stay in our once weekly lane, but we are so glad that people like you feel welcome because this is for us. Right. This shit is for us, literally.
Especially as
so thank you for listening.
Especially as a gay black man in America, first of all, I recognize that gender identity and sexual orientation are two different things. But I also know that, we are a community and we do still deal with a lot of the same disadvantages, a lot of the same prejudices. And I'm just very sensitive about the trans community in particular because in truth, it's women like yourself who made it possible for me to be able to sit up on this stage right now with my gay ass and talk about anything.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? So I just... Yes. I yearn for a day that we all can just live in our truths and our honest beings as ourselves and be left the fuck alone when we're not hurting anybody. So I'm very grateful for you and anyone like you who listens to the show and receives that love and warmth because it's genuine. We still learning. You know what I'm saying? Every
all
single day. But
because we are cisgender trash. But we are trying to be better.
Exactly.
Always.
So thank you.
Always. We acknowledge our privileges and without trans women like Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera and so many unknown names across the decades, we would never be where we are now.
Thank you.
So I celebrate my sister Janet Mock and all the other girls involved with Pose because it is so monumental to see that on TV and to feel like my community is represented on TV. So thank you so much for that question. I'm so glad we ended with a trans woman of color instead of a white girl. No shade to the white girl. So glad we ended on
Megan.
that.
We still love you, Megan.
We love you so much, Megan.
Look, and Megan is gone, by the way.
Damn. Megan got her answer and she left.
All right.
That's real.
Hey guys, don't forget that today's episode of The Read is brought to you by Talkspace, the online therapy company that lets you message a licensed therapist from anywhere and at any time. Kifir and I talk all the time about therapy and how it has been such a huge help in our lives, but it can be hard for everybody to make it to an actual therapist's office. That's where Talkspace comes in. All you need is a computer with an internet connection or the Talkspace mobile app. That means you can improve your mental health even if you've had trouble making time for it in the past. Therapy is not just about, venting your innermost thoughts or digging into childhood memories. It's also about coping mechanisms, practical everyday strategies for stress management and living a happier life. Having a therapist simply provides you somebody to talk to who is trained to listen and to help you make positive changes. Therapy has been so huge for me. Y'all know how much I talk about it, how much I love it. It really means everything. Talkspace has over 2,000 licensed therapists who are experienced in addressing the life challenges we all face. So to match with your perfect therapist for a fraction of the price of traditional therapy, go to Talkspace.com/read and use code READ to get $45 off your first month. That's code READ at Talkspace.com/read. Talkspace is therapy for how we live today. Cannot say enough good things about it. So go check them out and let's wrap up the show.
So we're going to go ahead and slide right on to the read section. And I'm honestly not going to take too much of y'all's time. Okay. I have a very quick read this week. Of course, it goes out to white people because why not?
Right.
If you've been paying attention this week, white people have been... Oh, I'm going to just wait for you, girl. Oh, hey, is that Megan? Megan Zach? Megan just went to the bar. That's all. She just needed to go to the bar real quick.
I'm not mad.
Okay, girl. I'm about to read your people, so just go on and chill and take this for a second. Yes, girl. Amen. Amen. So, all right. Didn't hear none of what you said. But if you know Tia and Tamara, like all the people of color do.
Do it, bitch! Drag her!
Tamara married a white man named Adam Housley. Adam Housley is a former Fox News correspondent, which gives you just a small taste of his ideals. And during the 4th of July, he posted on his Instagram about how all Americans need to come together and get over the bullshit, and we agree on 90% of things, but the rest of things we just need to hug it out and not worry about everybody else because the European Union is coming for our asses and the Russians are coming for our asses and all this other bullshit. And black people were like, well, in his comments, like, very cute message, Adam. Actually love it in theory. However, in real life, Black people are discriminated against like you would never understand, nor would your mixed race wife understand. Just to be real about it, because although Tamara is half black, she's also very rich and she's famous. And so she does not live the life that the rest of us live. It's true. And it's very rare to find a famous, rich black person who still can identify with what it was like to be one of us. Because once you hit that level of police knowing who you are when you get pulled over, it's a whole nother life. It's a whole nother life. So Tamara is in her dreamland with her white man. Congrats to her. No shade to that. But her white man is on Instagram spouting all kind of bullshit. And other black people are like, so listen, in real life, it doesn't work like this. And it's not just as easy as go hug your Trump voting neighbor, because those niggas are separating families that look like mine. Those people are trying to deport family members of mine. Like, they are trying to make sure that we have as few rights as possible in this country. And so he started arguing with black people back and forth about how all we're really doing is dividing the nation. Right. The exact opposite of what white people should do. Megan, take notes. It's the exact opposite of how white people should act when called out on their shit. When people of color say, hey, listen, bitch, July 4th don't mean nothing to me the way June 20th do. It don't mean nothing to me. What is the 4th of July to the slave? What is it to us whose families are still being divided every day? What is it to us who even under Barack Obama's administration had our parents ripped away from us because this country don't give a fuck about us? What does that mean to us? Really and truly, what does that mean? So he has been challenged on that ideal over and over again. He's been fighting back against it because he's a white man. Tamara's been staying out of it because even she can understand when black people are right and when they not. So she's just like, look, bitch, I have to make sure I can keep eco styling in my house because this ponytail won't lay right without it. So she's chilling. But even people that you would expect to be on our side, like very long-term liberals, like Stephen King. I'm sure everybody here has read at least one Stephen King novel. Megan knows Stephen King. Shout out. Stephen King has been very vocal against Donald Trump for a few years now, and even he tweeted over the holiday weekend how we need to be better about everybody reaching out and liberals reaching out to conservatives and giving them a hug and vice versa, and we're mostly all in the same boat and this type of shit. And it's like, listen, I can hug it out with people over a lot of different shit, but not when it comes to my humanity. You're talking about considering me as less of a person than the rest of these people. You are talking about separating me from my child. People have not seen their children age 17 and under for months, weeks. You talking about just going to hug it out with somebody who voted for this motherfucker. I will not do it. And you asking me to do it is acting like all this is an issue of politics. It is not an issue of politics that mothers are separated from their babies. That's not politics. That's humanity. That's saying you're not a real woman. Your baby's not a real child. Any trauma that y'all endure from being separated from one another doesn't mean shit because y'all aren't shit as people. And that's what I cannot stand for. No, I'm not finna go hug it out with these sons of bitches because fuck every last one of these motherfuckers. Fuck the 53% of white women who voted for that motherfucker. Vote the 70-something% of white men who voted for that motherfucker. Vote for everybody who supports his policies and ideals because our people don't deserve it. So that type of shit is just like white people. If you want to do better, if you want to be better, stop telling people of color. This is what I try to tell you, Megan. Hope you listening. Stop telling people of color where to step up and start telling white people where they should do better. It's not enough of that. It's like Vixen said at the Drag Race reunion. Stop telling me how to react and start telling that bitch how to act. Because that bitch don't know how to act. That white bitch do not know how to act. And y'all acting like it's okay for people to be separated for 24 weeks from their 8-year-old children. And it's not okay. And if those people grow up with a hatred for the United States and decide to bomb this motherfucker to the ground, I cannot blame them, because it is utter trash what this country is doing to those people. Megan is having a church moment. She's the only one, because the rest of us have been to a black church.
Work, Megan.
But Megan is over here feeling it. And that's what I want the white people who listen to this show, who come to our shows, to understand. Leave black people the fuck alone. Talk to your people about what they doing wrong. Because it's only with white people that we will dismantle white supremacy. Our job is to be here and tell you about all the shit that's going on. But at a certain point, racists don't listen to us. So it's up to y'all to take up the slack and make it better. And that's for all of us who hold a position of power. If you straight, you owe that to gay, queer, trans people. If you're cisgender, you owe that to trans people to stand up for them. If you white, you owe it to people of color to stand up for them. Because again, none of us are free until all of us are. So please, stop looking at yourself and look at the greater good. Again, I'm mostly talking to Megan. But thank you, girl. You came to this show knowing you would get cussed out, and you did it anyway. I'm done.
All right.
Yes. Welcome to Wakanda.
All right. First of all, I would like to say fuck you to one Joseph Muno. Joseph is the principal of University Preparatory Charter School for Young Men in New York, where they recently had their first black valedictorian, a young black man named Jason Lovett, who did all of the work that he needed to do in order to be the valedictorian. Apparently, Joseph, the white old principal, felt like denying Jason his moment to give a speech during graduation, because Jason has had issue with the principal in the past as an activist. This is what I read on Blavity.com. Is it Blavity or Blavity?
Oh, you know it's Blavity.
Blavity. It says, in one instance, Lovett led a 5-day strike when the school wouldn't order needed safety equipment for a lab. So it seems like Jason was like, hey, we're in, science class or whatever, and we need these things to not be harmed, and you don't have them. It would be so great if you did. Sounds like something that, like anybody, a superintendent, somebody, who thinks about things, people, would say to you. Apparently, Joseph had an issue with that, so much so that he decided that Jason just wasn't going to speak to nobody, even though he was the valedictorian. It's already sad enough that it's clear these days that there are so many young people, so many high school students, so many elementary school students who have more sense and compassion for people than grown-ass adults who are in positions of power. But aside from that, you have the first black valedictorian in the history of whatever this school is, and you just feel like, oh, well, that nigga spoke back to me. How dare he? You won't be speaking at my fucking school's graduation. So the issue with that is that I guess Joseph either didn't know or didn't care that Jason was an intern for the Rochester mayor's office.
Oh, bitch.
Mayor Lovely Warren, which A, I love that name, and B, once again, shout out to black women for getting it fucking done.
Yes, always.
The mayor said, hey, Jason, so what you can do is you can actually come and speak underneath, us, the mayor's office, the actual whole ass government here over in Rochester. You can give that speech you were denied right here with us. But not until after I cuss out your motherfucking principal and niggas that think like them. How disgusting should you feel as a grown ass white man who told a black student who busted his ass clearly to become valedictorian at your fancy ass school the right to give a speech at the fucking graduation because you don't like the fuck that he stood up to you or fought for basic things that students should have. It's raggedy. Joseph should be ashamed of himself, and I'm glad that not only one, but two black people dragged your ass and that nigga still got to do his motherfucking speech. You should be ashamed of yourself, but you probably aren't because you old and white and think that you know everything. So fuck you, and I hope somebody trips you when you fall on your Adam's apple, bitch.
Yes.
Next, I want to say to cisgender, heterosexual men, and especially black men, it is perfectly okay for you to openly enjoy content created by queer people. It's okay. It's fine.
Tell them again.
You can actually, like, contrary to popular belief, gay people are good at things. Some of us actually have a sense of humor. Some of us even tell jokes. And sometimes it might be a good one. You aren't a queen too just because you laughed. So it's actually quite annoying at this point for motherfuckers to be trying to come up to me and say whatever, like, straight nigga shit it is. Usually it's, oh, you know, my girl loves your podcast and I hear it all of the time. You and your girlfriend listen to the podcast because it's good.
Both of y'all.
That's why some young, very crusty-looking black man on Twitter the other day tweeted something like along the lines of, that gay nigga on the read is annoying as fuck, but the show is low-key fire. I didn't see that until somebody tagged me in it. And just for clarity, I didn't take any offense to being called annoying as fuck. I know I'm annoying. I annoy myself. Okay, I'm late to everything. I don't know how the fuck I showed up to this shit on time. I have the knees of an 80-year-old slave. I can't compartmentalize shit. I'm so disorganized all of the time. I aggravate me. So if you think I'm aggravating too, cool. I'm not going to argue with you. What confused me was the fact that you felt like I am annoying 50% of the show, yet the show is still low-key fire.
How can that be?
How? If you hate half of it.
It doesn't make sense.
First of all, my show is high-key fire. Ask your friends.
Ask again.
First podcast in Essence. The girls are on the bill. First of all, the show is sold out.
No shade to the rest of y'all.
Listen, like, heard in 50 countries, 55 million listens. Yeah. This show is actually lit, so you don't have to say low-key. We know it's good. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
That's A. But B, just because you are so ignorant and insecure of your sexuality doesn't mean that you have to come and try and give me or her a half-ass or backhanded compliment to say that you enjoy the show. If niggas think that you're gay because you thought something that a gay person said was humorous, then that nigga who thinks that is a fucking dumbass. And you should probably not want them to be anywhere near you or in your motherfucking circumference. You should know better than that. Bitch, there's nothing wrong with laughing at something that you think is funny. Monique said if you don't laugh, you'll shit yourself. And why would you want to do that?
Amen.
So don't try and come to me or her or anybody else and feel like you're going to have, like, you have to give some weird heterosexual disclaimer in order to say that you like the motherfucking show. Yes, we constantly tell the women in your lives, your girlfriends and your wives to leave you when you autism fuck shit, and most of y'all are. Yes, we tell the women in your lives to remind your dumbasses to wash your own scrotums and clean underneath your motherfucking fingernails. Maybe you need to get your shit together. Maybe I'm not annoying, bitch. Maybe I'm having you sit in your motherfucking truth. Maybe you could use a toenail clipper. Maybe that's something that you actually need, and you have no reason to be mad at me. But just know I receive all of that with love. I understand that you are set up like many other dumb straight niggas in your existence who just don't have no motherfucking sense.
Amen.
And that's why other people have to clean up all of your mess all the time and march for your dumb asses, and you still mad at us. But it's fine. It's cool. Welcome. Thanks for listening. You're awesome. Last but not least, I just wanted to very quickly say, once again on the topic of Miss Missy Elliott. I know that sooner or later, in a couple of weeks, MTV is going to be giving promos for the Video Music Awards. Missy Elliott still doesn't have a Video Vanguard Award, and I would like to understand why the fuck that is.
True.
How many Missy videos are there that shit on every video before, during, and after? I'm tired. Give Melissa her things and stop playing a motherfucking game. Melissa had Niecy from Alicia talking about welcome to the Get Your Freak On Hotel.
Yes.
Like, come on. She's a Bitch is still one of the most expensive music videos of all motherfucking black ass time, up there with fucking Michael Jackson and his goddamn sister and stuff. And y'all want to play a game. Your favorite rapper is still shooting fucking videos at KOD and Magic City and Tootsie's, or in like on a sitting on top of a fucking Escalade parked outside their mama house. And Missy is still giving budget in her videos, and you bitches are trying to act like you don't know what fucking time it is. I'm tired of you disrespecting legends. I'm tired of you not giving black women their things.
Amen.
And that's it. I'm done.
All right. And on that note, we are going to wrap up the Read Live at Essence. The first podcast to be brought to Essence. That's because of y'all.
Thank you. We love you.
Thank you so much
for safe.
Bringing us to Essence Festival.
Have a good time. Look at that nigga's nail beds and his fingernails is dirty and crusty. That nigga's dick is dirty and crusty too. Word to Tiffany Haddish. Get your life. Have a good time. Play safe. We love you.
Amen.
Thank you so much for coming.
Bye, y'all.